Things that have been said to me. Wow, you talk so white. Wow, you're too nice. Yeah, I could tell you're not from here. Hades? Ethan, you know people your color don't do that, right? Yeah, you're not our black. People are quick to judge regardless of race. I get it. Kind of. There's a structuralized image of what you should see when you see me, correct? What I'm saying is, black has its syllabus. Like, I need to have all of this to be able to attend the class of the black. Stereotype, I think that's the word that you all thinking of. Well, I am, this is gonna be the only way that I can compare it. Like, no! I can be whoever the flip I want to be. But all these movies seem to see typecasting of how I should be. But at the same time, there's been so many different versions of me. Well, pigmentation, I guess. Because there's only one of me. That is me. Yes, I do see that you see my skin color, but I'm trying to see your personality. But if this is all that you see, then I think that speaks very loud to me. You only see skin first. I'm looking into your soul. You seem to have none. You seem to not to have fun. You can't even see past my skin, so how are you going to even talk to me? Assume what you will, but my will is so strong I'm not even gonna stay next to you. I'm going to bid you adieu. Respectfully, I shall keep my peace no matter what you say to me. I know who I am. I've yet to hear my name. I've yet to hear anything that describes me, so I don't get what are these noises that you make towards me. Be as upset as you want to be, but when you think about it, I'm the one that's keeping my peace. And you're the one that's screaming. Baby got a full diaper? Child having a tantrum? Aren't you an adult? Acting like a child, though. Aged physically, but clearly not mentally. I don't know how you made it to me. But I'm just gonna keep going through because I know who I am. And like I said, I ain't hear you say a single name and people call me plenty. They call me E. They call me goofy, crazy, happy, safe place. You just be speaking bashfully. I don't know what these words are, but I've used them to describe people like you. I am nothing like you. I don't get what you trying to do. Life is too short to be arguing over the small things. What have I done if I'm doing no harming? I tell jokes. I listen. I watch. I'm quiet. I build just as much as I destroy. I destroy materials because what are they for? I build energies because I remember when mine was down. I needed somebody like me, so I became somebody that needed others like me. I help in short. And I've shortened my help because I've realized some of y'all are the ones that are holding the sword. Impaling yourself just to scream, I need help. I saw you hurt yourself. I'm not helping you. Life's a psychology game. And I've learned how to play too. E. Until next time, hopefully I don't see you again. Or at least not like this. Until next time, hopefully on better terms. Until next time, I know I didn't leave you better than I found you, but I did as best as I could for who I am, how much I can do, and for all that I've done. Until next time, I just hope I could just pay for someone else instead of me doing it. What does this mean? What does this mean in the way that they're acting? They're acting out of character. They should really start acting in. Act in the way that I am used to. Like, what is wrong with them? Abnormal to the normality that I've grown to what is them, their personality. There's something different. I question if there is some substance abuse or substance neglect. I'm really questioning. There's very, very, very noticeable outward energies of you that just makes me question. What is this? Like, no, well, we're not related, so we're not brother and sister. I do find you cute, but like, I don't feel comfortable enough to communicate with you. So I guess how do I break it down? Do I just let the things that are choking me up not choke me no more, kind of spew it out like I'm throwing up, and hoping you're not like, ew? That's gonna hurt. Especially if you say ew. It'd be like getting shot in the chest by a bullet. It'd be like getting stabbed in the stomach. It'd be like having a long day after work, getting out early, and seeing your lovey-dovey friend that's waiting at the door for you, but they're not there. We aren't really taught to be desensitized to rejection. Even though we are taught rejection is a huge part of life. Not everybody will accept you. Hell, not even the parents that made you will accept you. So how often have you been rejected for rejection to affect you? For For some people, rejection is just another thing, another day. It is what it is. I'm going to continue. I'm not going to want to off myself because you don't want to build a bridge with me. I do understand where you're coming from. We don't seem to match in everything to you, even though to me, I think we are perfect. But if we truly were, we should be able to mix without all this friction. But here we are arguing back and forth. So I shall leave you be because rejection has told me you don't want me. So why would I have you sit next to me so you can treat me very badly? So you can drag me into the pits of hell and force me to hate everything, everyone, including myself. I want to shoot myself with my gun. Of course I love you, hon! Of course, honey! Yes, you're right, I love you, darling! Fuck that psychotic break. So, what the fuck are we? I'm just questioning, should I continue giving you all this time or should I just cut you loose? I don't want to turn into a psychopath and let it loose. Because love and creepiness are basically the same, just depending on where you're looking at it through your brain. Because if you love everything that I do, then I can never be creepy to you. But if you hate everything that I do, even though others would say I was being kind to you, you can still label me as creepy, and that is going to be creepy. So if you don't appreciate me, then it's creepy. Rejection is creepy. Love is acceptance. If you reject me, then I'll leave you be because I don't want to be creepy. And if you accept me, then I will love you. But first, what the hell are we? E. She come up to me, talking up in my ear, telling me how much she missed me. Oh shit, the other guy must have fucked up. Now she's trying to repeat history. Had a chance with me, she missed me. Jumped on him, think it'd be a better history. Coming back to me, well shit, now I'm a mystery. Mischievous I can be. Missy originally I wanted, but time lapsed too much without us actually getting in touch. I don't really feel that rush. I don't really have that lust. I guess we could still keep in touch. That body, I bet you'd still let me touch. I know, I'm plan B, if not C. If next guy looks better than me, you'll put me on back burner like I'm D. I understand where I stand, but you won't tell me. You don't have to tell me, but for the record, yes you do. Because when it comes to the he says, and now have no proof, aside from the fact that I heard you in my head, but it sounded like my voice, but I know it was your thought, because most people say, oh, I was just about to say that. I know, but it's weird if I admit that openly, because then they're going to be like, oh, what else do you know? Well, if I do tell you I'm spot on with the information, they just might want to kill me. Because, they don't like the strange, especially if the strange cannot be controlled. And I tell people no, just as much as I tell them yes. Sometimes I don't know when to say no, but most of the times I don't want to do things. So no to controlling and manipulating me so I can do things that you want me to do. So clearly they're going to put a bullet through my head. It's honestly weird for me to already know what you're going to say before you say it, but there's always that probability of the fact that you might say it, not in this one at least, like not in this reality. So which one am I paying attention to? Because I'm paying attention to now, but where? I don't know. That's probably why half the times I will give 1,000-yard stare just because you happen to be there. I'm not staring at you. I'm staring through you. I'm not even looking at the wall past you. I'm actually just zoned out. Like the screensaver's on right now, looking at photos of memories of the things that I've done, the places I want to be, the places I think I've been, the places I'm going to be. I'm not quite sure where I'm at right now. Oh, sorry. Were we doing something right now? I just heard it all get quiet, so I decided to do what I want to do, watching a movie on me. Is this past, present, or now? Well, now is just now for me. I don't know when this has been, where it has been, when it will be, but I just like watching this. Why are you bugging me? Like, I can listen to you, but you're kind of boring. I'm not trying to say if I'm not speaking, I'm not listening, but if you're not saying anything interesting, I'm definitely not listening. Like, kids, they'll ramble more than me. At least I have coherent sentences. I don't even know where your story starts, ends, or begins. Wait, I said that incorrectly. I don't know where your story starts, middles, or ends, but you seem to start at the end, then go to the beginning, and then to the middle. But sometimes you'll start in the middle and go to the beginning and then to the end, and sometimes, speaking faster is not helping, and neither it is for me, so I can slow it down. What about you? Oh, back to reality. I think present-minded right now where I am physically inside of my room looking out my window, but where am I inside my head somewhere else traveling in this beautiful car of mine? It's always the same car that reappears inside of my mind. The leather feels nice on the grip of my hand. Left-handed I drive, right-handed I act. But both hands work for me evenly, honestly. I don't know why, but I think I'm ambidextrous because of the fact that I was born lefty, but learned to do righty because I don't like to slow down because something ain't working for me. I have both appendages. Why don't I use them equally? I don't know. I really try not to listen. But once I get two things that don't connect, wait, what were you? You didn't say that, but you're gonna do that. I'm not trying to listen into it. I'm just saying information I always have is stored up inside my brain, and I'm fact checking you on you. And that's how I know if you're full of shit. I will admit I can be a hypocrite, which is why I don't tell you what I'm going to do because sometimes I even forget what I say. Yikes. I really wasn't trying to lie, I really did forget. But you're not gonna believe me, we all think differently. I understand that, so if you tell me, I give you the benefit of the doubt, even though you could possibly be manipulating me. But I'd just like to take a census of the room. Feels pretty shady in here. So I know to assume that I probably can't trust everything that comes from you, so I just try to listen to you closely. And if I spend enough time around you, I'll eventually add things up, like I won't find out today. But by the end of the week, I'll figure out why not to speak to you, why not to reach out to you, why not to associate myself with you, because you will always win. It doesn't matter if everybody else loses. I will always win, but if I win, everybody else wins, but if I lose, I'm the only one that loses. That is the difference between you and I, and that's why I have to choose wisely about the people that I keep around me. If I am the only giving tree in the area, of course they're gonna take from me. But if I am around other giving trees, then who's gonna know who's really giving the most? We all give, we all love, we all share, we all care. Nobody is too greedy, needy, needing it more than anybody. That's why they're sabotaging other bodies, including themselves. At the end of the day, it's your self-image that should matter the most. And if you don't really care what you see in you, what they see in you, which doesn't always matter, but it's what you see in you, if you're always scummy, taking things from others even though you don't need the shit, then I think you're a waste of time, a waste of flesh, a waste of energy. Why do you even have a body? Why are you just making life unfair? We all know it is, but you keep adding on to the mix instead of taking away from it. I help try to make life fair. You show why people shouldn't care. I really try not to listen, but you're speaking to me and you're bullshitting me and I don't like it. I'm not a fly that's gonna fly around your shit. I am above that. Or I shall say, actions speak louder than words, and I guess watch me not fall for your stupid tricks. You're the reason why I believe murder, with a cause, should be allowed. But the true flaw in society is, money holds the most power. Who has the most power. I'm too poor to have power, but I have it anyways. Okay, love is a toxic drug. I fell in love with you when you were with someone else. You told me you would leave them and this could be our place to be. This is where we could actually grow together. Like, I thought that you were trapped. So I tried to be your knight in shining armor, taking you from the dragon that's holding you in their dungeon. I was trying to help you run. But you fell in love with the dragon. You have Stockholm Syndrome, or maybe you're just playing with me, and I was too foolish to see until there was nothing to me. You took all of my sanity, you took all of my assets, you took all of me. And now that I'm here with nothing around, I can see I was fucked up. This wasn't love. This was a drug. Okay, love is a toxic drug. I fell in love with you when you were with someone else. You told me you would leave them and this could be our place to be. This is where we could actually grow together. Like, I thought that you were trapped. So I tried to be your knight in shining armor, taking you from the dragon that's holding you in their dungeon. I was trying to help you run. But you fell in love with the dragon. You have Stockholm Syndrome, or maybe you're just playing with me, and I was too foolish to see until there was nothing to me. You took all of my sanity, you took all of my assets, you took all of me. And now that I'm here with nothing around, I can see I was fucked up. This wasn't love. This was a drug. Alright, this one's a typed one. I just don't feel like doing the background shit. Hell? Oh. 8/22/2021. This is hell. I haven't been anywhere else. Yet, I just know there's a place that could be better. I do not believe there could be a worse place than here. This is hell! How else could you explain getting taken to jail for protecting yourself? This is hell. How else would you explain being falsely accused, but still losing everything? Not even a stint of dirt on your name. But with money comes power. With power, you can do things no one would ever imagine. Like blaming someone for something they would never do. Could never push themselves to do. Don't even have the capability. Money is the best blinders. Everyone that lives through society has a price. The perfect life. How much? Are you willing to put in the time, sweat, blood, and energy into it? Or as soon as you see a shortcut, you just take it? This is hell. You can't convince me otherwise. Some people hate me just because of the color of my eyes. Wait, no. It's my skin. Both stupid to me. My eyes, my skin, still not my personality. But why waste my time and energy on people that I don't need? This is hell. Because money can change everything. Knowledge gets silenced. Brutality and shallowness gets praised. This is hell. Because there's a good amount of the population that uses drugs just to escape. Not drugs to suppress the pain. Not drugs to suppress the monsters in the brain. Just drugs. To escape hell. I can only think of not existing. The only other thing I did, before I was an adult, before I was a teen, a child, toddler, a baby, even before being a fetus, was nothing. And I will become that again one day. Every time I close my eyes, I get a glimpse, a look into the past and the future. Darkness, nothing there for me to see. The void I feel shuts my ears. I truly feel peace if I feel as if I am not here. Every time I realize I am still walking through hell, it bugs me. I keep my eyes closed a lot, because it feels better than seeing the things in front of me. This is hell, and I'm not afraid to leave. She open? Well, shit, I don't assume it. Just because she opened to me, I don't assume she opened to everybody. I used to, though. A small-minded kid when I grew up. Till I threw up information and understood. Ooh, I misunderstood. Miss may be under me, but that's because she wanted to. She isn't under everybody, just the ones that she wants to be. She's under bodies that she doesn't want to be, that's forcefully, and that's not the same, obviously. But not everybody else will agree. Sadly, which makes the monster in me a little happy. Question allowing me to be. Beat the fucking assholes and people will applaud me. I would never do that. Consent is key. Just because she's open, I'm not trying to see. Our comforts and our discomforts will align, and that's where the line will be. No crossing the line unless we push it farther back than it used to be. It's the only way it's going to work. Consent is key. She's open, but I don't care to see. I want her to be open about her emotions, not just her body. She's willing to open her legs more than her heart, then I don't want a single part because fuck that shit. Sometimes strings get attached to me. Most of the times I'm detached when I attach the chick with my measurement. I'm not gonna tell you it. And then sometimes I don't even feel like it's equipped when I get into it. I'm just like, shit, I'm doing it. She enjoys it or doesn't, I will admit. My length and time is a hit or miss. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, miss, but I'm gonna try to. I don't try to make my ladies pissed. If I go too short, foreplay, of course. I love to eat. You my main course, my appetizer, and my dessert. So she comes back because I make it worth it. She opens her legs, I'ma definitely work it. That's after she's opened her heart first. Open her mind first. Open the time so I can actually get to know her, because if I was to fuck up and reproduce with her because, well, shit. Condom breaks, or it's the heat and lust that makes me want to come and bust, but forgot to wrap my shit. Whoopsie! 18-year commitment at least. If we do this correctly, it won't be something that's a fuck up. It'd be the best investment we make. But did I check the bakery before I grabbed the cake? Did she really bake? Does she really care about her cakes? Or she just got cakes? That's why I slow it down with the pace. Why would I try to hop into bed with you, girl? I know I'm gonna finish the race quickly. And then... kid possibly, but don't even know who you are, so possibly breeding toxicity. Hopefully not, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking with my brain. It was just the D. Damn, I need to think more clearly, but thankfully I haven't done something so stupid I couldn't just rewrite it. No receipts on me. Not a single child looks like me. I love kids, but nobody calls me daddy. I know you got a daddy issue, but you ain't calling me that when I'm being a baddie. Talk to me about your childhood trauma. I want to know what makes you a saddie. She opens up to me, but I don't mean her body. How I make up songs. I find a word to fixate over it, and then I repeat it. Like, when does it die? When does it die? What? When does it die? I don't know. Maybe when the tears fall from my eyes and nobody gives a fuck. Still holding up the smiles. When does it die? When does it die? I don't know. Maybe when I ask for help and nobody gives a shit. Like when does it die? When does it die? I don't know. Maybe when I don't want to come home. I feel all alone. Always texting them on the phone, but they're always on the phone, but never responding back to me. Huh. I thought you got out of work an hour or two ago, but you're still not here, and I'm here after you. Like, when does it die? When does it die? I don't know. Fuck it. Might as well not cry. Might as well let these tears dry up and die. It doesn't matter, because when does it die? When does it die? When both of you don't give a fuck. Or when you realize they don't give a fuck. Or when you just choose to leave the shit instead of sticking on the ship. You know it's sinking, but you don't give a shit. When does it die? It seems like people don't know how to pass correctly. I don't mean like pass a sports equipment ball to me. I mean pass the words back to me conversationally. Let's speak back and forth. Let's have something mutual to say to each other, and let's be intrigued and interested in each other. But most people don't know how to pass. So I just say pass. I'll leave you my past. I don't give a fuck. I don't want you to kiss my ass. I just think we don't have anything in common to speak about. And my back hurts, so I don't want to carry this conversation all day. So, toodaloo, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Now means right now for me. Like, I will whip my dick out your puss and write poetry because I said I needed to. What you mean I'm busy? Tell that to the dopamine train I follow all the time in my brain. Well, sometimes it's just visually in my mind because I'm trapped inside my body. I'm working for 8 hours and the man wouldn't like me to follow the train I want to. Continue to push his money even though he doesn't care what I want to do. But once I'm free, do what the dopamine tells me to do. Be who I want to be. I'm only an actor for 8 hours a day. Not even paid well enough to do all the things that I do. But I gotta burn the energy so I can go to sleep and repeat the shit. Not really liking the ship, but I'm still captain. I don't give a fuck who's running the ship. I do what I want to, even if I'm a crewman without no captain status. I wasn't raised with structure, so I can see corruption. I am an individual. I choose rather if I do or don't want to function. There's no manipulating me.
Can I be less weird? I'm overthinking the situation again, aren't I? I said hi, they noticed me, but they didn't reply. Maybe they didn't hear me, should I have said it louder? Maybe they didn't see me, should I dress differently? I'm not quite sure why, but maybe the next person I'll say it differently. Maybe if I don't say in English, maybe they don't speak it. Stop overthinking it. It was just a moment. We're just past it. It's not my present. It's my past now. I can't seem to walk over this. I don't know why I'm stumped over it. Why? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes, I would like to have, sorry, man. I was just thinking about something and that's just, I wasn't really ready to order. Could somebody else do? I'm left. I'd like acceptance, please. Oh, you're all out of that? How about envy? Like, it's kind of like acceptance, but they don't really accept me. They just want to be me. They want to take my skin. They want to take all the things that make me cool, but not really enjoy me. Like, they won't ever give me the regards that I should have. Like, you should thank me for the things that I do. Be grateful that I give you the time, but no, you're entitled to it. Well, it seems like it. I don't have to do anything I choose to. But because I guess you're above me, you think you can tell me what to do. I don't really care though. Like, I see from different views. I'm here to help, but I'm not gonna stick to the parasites. Oh yeah, food. I want happiness. Huh? That's found from within. I have to dig deep, but I have no shovel. Nobody gave me a backbone to dig with. I was always told what I had to be comfortable with. As a child, I couldn't tell you no. My parents told me, go on. Don't be scared. They're your family though. So, how am I supposed to say no? Now that I'm older, I don't really know what to say. It just happened. Oh, I'm still ordering? You know what? I don't want anything. Yeah.
I want to love you, but I choke on the thought of rejection. Like a sniper hit, it's gonna blow my mind just to hear you say it. Sink my heart like a ship, I don't know why the flip do I have to go down with it. Words are just words, so throw those sticks and stones at me because words will never break me. Says every person that's been broken by words many times before. I want to love you, but every time I try to knock on that door, the thought of rejection comes and stays with me. And that's the only person that ever answers the door. So I want to love, but love looks like rejection to me.
Yikes! Sorry! I didn't mean to.
I woke up late, I really didn't mean to. Our alarm doesn't always work for me.
The smartphone's such a mean dude, or mean chick, or mean machine. I'm not quite sure what's its gender, but it's just being mean to me. I don't know why it doesn't understand me. For something that's so smart, it does stupid things to me. It autocorrects my fuck into duck, and I don't ever want to duck things. I just want to fuck things. Like, what the duck? Ah, shit. I think I've been spending too much time around my smartphone, and I'm becoming smart just like it. I woke up late, so now I'm doing quick shit, but I'm still about to glitch because I forget shit because I'm not actually having time to plan shit, so I know where the shit is. Wait, no, I didn't do it the night before, so now not having enough time in the day to buffer it through because typically I give myself 30 minutes before I have to leave, but now I have to leave now, and I can't think of where the flip I put my stuff down. Gladly being able to pick up the things that I see, and then I go out to my car texting my management that I'm going to be late. Sometimes they don't care if I come to that date. But sometimes they're like, I don't care, I'm still willing to wait. This time they didn't care that I came up to that date. But other times they're like, okay, I'm going to wait. And I'm thinking over the top like I pissed off a significant other to me. Thinking over the top like mommy or daddy is mad at me. I hope I can still keep my income because I still would want a house to come into. But if I'm so stressed out, they're gonna need to put salt under my nose for me to come to. Then why should I stick to this job? I should be able to be a human and not just a robot. I should be able to make mistakes and they still understand because I have a human that's ahead of me, not just somebody that's money greedy. How dare you show up late to work? How dare you be unprepared? How dare you not foresee the future and understand that police are gonna get you for speeding? Or possibly somebody in your family's gonna die? How dare you not be a robot? How dare you be a human? Fuck. And I gotta stay for the money. Because I can't just have my hand out. They're gonna tell me to continue going through. Come on, there's better things, but there really isn't. It's hard to be accepted. Companies want workers, but they don't want to pay them. Or fuck, treat them any. So at least he treats me well, and money-wise. I have more than pennies, more than nickels, more than dimes. Almost enough quarters to equal $1. My bills are only nickels and dimes. It's not really worth the time that allows me to get the stuff in my life. Until hopefully I can find better. I will have to take whatever accepts me, as long as it pays for my life. Regardless if I lose bits of my sanity. Work is meant to pay me. I guess I am meant to take care of me. Even if work beats me mentally.
Fucking on the first date seems to be how things end quick to me. Like, just because we connected sexually doesn't mean you mean shit to me. Or at least it's what it seems like to me. Like, you or me. We never really connected, we just did something playfully. We didn't know what to do, so we let our bodies play with each other. Like, it seems like if we do it the first time on the first day, the first time we meet for first impression, it doesn't come back. Every time I dig deep for intimacy, she never really gets too into me, but she says she is. We never really make it to the intimate part where we're actually fucking sexually, so I don't even know if I can please her like that. But it doesn't matter how I please her, I never get to keep her. And I don't really want to be a creeper, but half the times I feel like I should just lock her in a cage, because that's the only way I'll be able to keep her. But I don't want to be a creeper, but I always want to keep her. But fuck it, when you get the chance to. I guess she's not meant for me. Yo, you ever accidentally break yourself? Like, you fall in love with the fantasy so much, it just kind of screws up with your true reality. Getting upset over the dreams that you came up with, and really it's something that you did, so why are you pissed at them? It's the over-hyperactive mind that can't quite set yet because you want them to do something. But if there's no communication on what actions mean, that means the mind can run so far away. It creates its own fantasy, and when reality and fantasy collide, ooh, what a calamity. Sometimes it turns out to be the same, but most people realize, well, they really don't, because the other people with their real eyes see the reality that the person that's stuck in their own little delusion can't see. You need an asylum sometimes just to see clearly again. I fell in love with my fantasies, and that pissed me off when it came to reality. Logic is always arguing with me.
The game is rigged. The game is rigged, and it's not for me. Well, at least right now as I'm walking the streets, they might look at me guilty. I just have a bag on me. I promise I've kept my hands to myself. Phone's on too, but no hoodie, so hopefully they don't trade on me. I do understand the system is rigged, and like I said, I'm at a disadvantage. I'm not on the sports field. This isn't a soccer field, a basketball court, or anything that I would excel at because of my pigmentation. It's a golf course, they probably wouldn't expect me either. Shit, Tiger's still hitting the woods. I hate the fact that the system is rigged and most of us still watch the shit. Pay very close attention to it. Ooh, I know I can't trust you because I've seen people like you on the news. Instead of, ooh, I know I can't trust you because of all the times I've trusted you, you fucked me over. Like, ooh, you're such a dick dude. Or a bitch girl, I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying the system is rigged, and I know I have an unfair advantage, but most won't admit it. I do like the fact that I do meet people that understand that if we're going for jobs, depending on if the job needs a certain minority, if your pigmentation is a lighter version of me, you probably have a better chance than me. Not always the case, because if the job is physically demanding, I wonder if the fact that I am not an American black makes me look a little bit better. Because I think there's a stereotype about black Americans being lazy. Shit, motherfucker, I'm basically like a Mexican the way I work. I'm Haitian, hating the fact that I gotta keep working for the shit. I have a mind that works, but they want my body to go. So yeah, they pay me, but not to think, so I don't care what you see me do. I'm paid to be a body, not a brain, too. I may look stupid, but I came here to fucking leave. I need the paycheck to pay for things above and below me. If I didn't need the paycheck, you would never see me. I still hate the bullshit, though. Just because you pay me doesn't mean I'm your bitch. Your slave. You are not the boss of me. You are the leader and or director of me, trying to tell me what to do so I can continue to make you money. Or dependent on where you are in the position to keep you in job, because like bad management needs to leave. But more likely going to replace the employee instead of the people that are doing bad at the top. Top people tend to stay. Lower people get chased away. It's not the hard work that drove me away. It's the fact that you don't know how to think with your brain and trying to drive me into the ground. I'm like, no, I am not your bitch. I am not your slave. I'm here to do the exact same things that you are. To make money, to be happy, and to enjoy life. But for some reason you think that you should look down on me just because you make more money. I've already picked your brain enough to tell that you're in a mental hell even though financially you're standing very well. Physically, I'd still question if you're very well. Because every time you yell at me, I know there's something wrong with you mentally. Is it the home life? Is it your childhood? Yo, I know psychology, so go ahead, try to bring me down. I'm only gonna go down to your levels just so I could talk to you in your childish ways. I'm gonna stand back up and act like a man because that's who I am. I don't need to demean and lower other people just to talk to them. I will talk to you in a respectful way. If I can't, I shall be on with my day. The game is rigged, and I hate that I was born to play. Parents should wear a fucking condom. Or he should have pulled out. Or late term aborted me. Whichever one, he shouldn't be. When my shadow sits with me. When my shadow sits with me, people seem to acknowledge me like they know me, but I don't know them. But I do. They noticed me. I really do practice what I preach. Kindness is king, so as long as the strangers aren't being too strange to me, well, then of course I would do that back to you because I don't see any danger in nodding back and flashing a smile too. I've always kind of found it quite strange. No matter where I'm at, they seem to always want to interact with me. No matter what I'm doing, they seem to want to give me their time and attention, just even if it's for a split second to see. They don't dare disrespect us. Literally, scenery doesn't even matter to them, and I'm not the one that's ever starting it. I'm just passing through, and they or talking to me. I've had strange interactions in the bathroom, the gas station, the movie theater, entering into my bathroom, entering into my room, inside or outside, in person, over the phone. It doesn't really matter. They find a way to reach me. I always say kindness is king, so as long as they're not being rude to me, I feel no reason to kick them to the curb. Just taking up time to me. The suicidal mind of mine keeps thinking, hey, speeding up the time. Give me something to do to fill in the time because I didn't know what I was going to do from 5 to 2. But talking to you? Yeah, that could do. Sometimes they're passing through, and sometimes we sit for a few. Literally, my life is weird. That's why I do and don't expect. Like the things I've been through. More or less cool than ooh. That's me saying it. Each mind compliments or insults differently. I've been able to smile in most of my tragedies. You're welcome. You should be thanking me. I just always feel like people are nicer to me. Unless they're racist. Literally, that's the only way I can feel like you're a dick to me. Because if you personally get to know me and you still hate me, you were taught to hate. This ain't me. Unless you're a piece of shit. Then I don't give a fuck if you hate me. We have no toleration for trash. That's why we take it out. It's always been hard for me to figure out where I fit in. So I've always sat out. Then typically somebody in a group, but not always, will take a shining into me and then try to bring me into their group. I don't always take that as a compliment because I'm kind of a lone wolf too. If you invite me into your pack, I might eat everybody. Not intentionally. I just don't know how to play well with sheeps. I've been awake for years. I don't need a shepherd to lead me.
Don't scream! I don't mean to feel like a burden, but I feel really weird when things are hidden from me. I'm not a fan of change. Anxiety has a link to me. The walls start closing in. My esophagus loses moisture. I start hyperventilating. My plane's crashing. Even though I seem plain. To you, it's not surreal.
Unless you know how it feels. The elevator cord has just snapped. I know this isn't reality. Logic has lost its connection with my brain. Once anxiety comes over, logic gets kicked out for being insane. The sensation of falling doesn't feel well. I feel sick like heat flashes, stomach's turning, my esophagus might get wet. Only if the dry heave turns into a nasty mix. What should be in is out of me. Either a feeling or a count